Hello, James here. I am alone and wanted to show you some information I found to help raise awareness of cystic fibrosis. As some of you know, I have known two cystic fibrosis patients who since passed away, Frank and Karrie. Frank was gay and also had a lung transplant. His new organs since failed. Here's a photo of Frank right here. And here's Karrie. Me and Karrie together, yeah. And there's Karrie with my sister. Yeah. These are just results of Google Images for cystic fibrosis. Karrie was a diabetic conditioned to having cystic fibrosis. She made many trips to the hospital. She also didn't do a lot of travel. I wasn't sure if Karrie's cystic fibrosis had anything to do with her not traveling much, so I asked a member of her family, and this member had this to say. We did not travel a lot when Karrie was alive. It did have a lot to do with her cystic fibrosis because you had to take that big machine and everything else, her diabetic supplies, and it was hard to think of everything. We made one trip in 2002 back to Georgia for a week. We went and met her friend Cameron and his family at Callaway Gardens. It was beautiful and relaxing. They gave us a cabin with an apartment in it for Karrie. When she was 7 years old. It was a trip to remember. Other than that, we did go to War Trail. However, we still hold it in 1999. One time when Karrie accompanied us to karaoke, she got too close to another cystic fibrosis patient, and we didn't know it at first. That slipped my mind the first time I made a video raising awareness of this disease, so I forgot to mention safe distance on that one. Anyway, hey, fortunately she was alright the next day. We checked up on her and she turned out to be fine. So, on a couple of different sites, I picked up this information. Cystic fibrosis is a complex chronic disease that primarily affects the lungs and digestive system. More than 30,000 children and adults in the United States have CF, 70,000 worldwide. People with CF inherit 2 copies of a defective gene, 1 copy from each parent, that produces a faulty protein causing a buildup of thick mucus in the lungs, pancreas, and other organs. When mucus clogs the lungs, it can become very difficult for a person to breathe. The thick mucus also allows for germs to thrive and multiply, which can result in infections and inflammation and often leads to severe lung damage. And respiratory failure in the pancreas, the buildup of mucus prevents the release of digestive enzymes that help the body break down and absorb important nutrients. People with CF often have malnutrition and poor growth. The thick mucus can also block the bile duct in the liver, and in some people, CF can cause liver diseases. In men, CF can affect their ability to have children. However, CF does not affect sexual development in either men or women. The most common symptoms are very salty tasting skin, persistent coughing, at times with phlegm, frequent lung infections such as pneumonia or bronchitis, wheezing or shortness of breath, poor growth or poor weight gain in spite of good appetite, frequent greasy, bulky stools, or difficulty in bowel movements, nasal polyps, chronic sinus infections, clubbing or enlargement of fingertips and toes, rectal prolapse, male infertility. Cystic fibrosis involves the production of mucus that is much thicker and more sticky than usual. It mainly affects the lungs and digestive system. CF is a hereditary condition that occurs in a child when both parents have the defective gene. All newborns in the U.S. are screened for CF. There is no cure, but good nutrition and taking steps to thin mucus and improve mucus expectoration can help. I know this video would have meant a great deal to Karrie and Frank. They both tried to live like normal people in the time they had. Karrie went to fairs, bars, and parks pretty often with friends, and at the Erie County Fair even rode a mechanical bull. Frank did several of the same things. A lung transplant allowed him to start having a job. He I have 3 pages here. Okay. Also traveled a bit, and one time went on a cruise to the Bahamas. He spent the last 6 months of his life in a nursing home in Lockport, New York. When they passed on, it took a hard toll on many. I have other videos that discuss them too, by the way. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. I know not everybody speaks English, so I'm also gonna use Google Translate and have them discuss some of the stuff. I'm sure I have chose other photos with them too. With Karrie too, like let's see. Oh yeah. Here's one with my friend Chris and Karrie. Yep. Yeah. They're pretty good together. Alright, so anyway. Hey, yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you around.